Hello, welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm working on day number 5 Scraptember prompts. Today's prompt is fussy cutting, and I have already fussy cut some flowers out of a pattern paper. These papers and embellishments are from my August counterfeit kit, and at the beginning of August I fussy cut this entire sheet of pattern paper so that it would be ready for me to use whenever. Works out handy, so you don't have to watch me do it on camera. I also have some papers from my counterfeit kit. These are the papers that I've chosen. I think everything that you see here came from a paper pad, except for this piece here, and this is from this is My Mind's Eye, and I put it in the paper pad or in my kit for this side. And what's funny is I've used this side instead. I think this is the A side, the honeycomb is the B side, but I'm going to be using this to make labels. As you know, I love to do my journaling on labels, so I have this hip kit die set that has labels on here. I'm going to use that to make some labels for this layout. So I'm going to pause this video, we're going to get started, and I will be right back. Okay, off camera, I went ahead and I cut about a 10, maybe it's a 9.5 inch circle with my cameo, and I'm going to put this piece of fun foam on the back of it because I want to be able to tuck those fussy cut flowers around the perimeter of my circle. I also used the gray hexagon paper to mat my photos of Jasper, and I'm going to go ahead and get those on here and out so that this part of building this layout is finished. Now I cut a piece of this wood grain. I had some slivers of wood grain left over after I die cut my journaling labels, and I thought that I might use this border. I used a notebook punch on it down here on this layout, but I am going to pull that off. I end up not liking how that looks once I get everything down, and so I'm going to pull that off here eventually. For now, it's just kind of resting there. I'm taking these fussy cut flowers from my August counterfeit kit, and I am just going to surround my circle mat completely with these flowers. Some of them I will cut down a little bit so that I have enough to go all the way around the edges. So I take this one, and I believe I just kind of randomly cut it in half. Since I'm tucking it, it doesn't really matter about the edge. It doesn't have to be perfect because I cut it in half. And I'm just using every single piece that I have here to surround the edge of the layout. Now I'm going to kind of play with them a little bit and get them where I want them to go, and I think I do a little more off camera. So I had a little bit of trouble with the journaling labels that I created. I thought that the centerpiece would fit perfectly as a frame like a full label, and it doesn't. It doesn't leave a border of the wood grain around it. So I am gonna put them on here off center so that you can still see some of the tells on these journaling labels. And I stick them up here above the photos, but in the end they don't end up landing there. I do move those, but this is kind of how I decided to do the journaling and with these labels, because I wanted to use these dies. I also took the tab die the tab die cut, and I cut it in half so that I could use both sides. And that is actually why I end up moving the labels around. Oops, sorry about the Facebook Messenger ding right in the middle of the voiceover. I forgot that I had Facebook open and somebody answered a question, so I apologize. It wasn't super loud, I hope. So I'm going to be calling this layout Dream Always. I wanted to use the word always, and I wanted to at least use one of the phrases, the words from this set of they're not thickers, and I think they're Page Evans. They're just puffy words. So I wanted to use those up, or at least use one word. And off camera, I do kind of make things level a little bit better. I'm going to take a couple of the phrases and I'm going to trim them down so that they will fit on my tab. And I had a little bit of trouble getting this one centered, but I get it on there and I get it centered. And then I'm going to take another one from the sheet in a minute and I will cut down an actual phrase and just use one word. So this is where I believe I decide that I don't want to put my journaling up on the top left, and I peel off the punched border that I created because I just decided it didn't look right. And so I put the second tab up there, and this is where I pull another phrase on here, and I'm trying to stick with my color palette. I'm flipping through the book, trying to see if there are other words in there that are small enough, and there's really not. So I take one of the phrases and I just cut out the word sweet, and then I put the rest of the phrase back onto the sticker book. I don't know if I will actually use it again, but I want that option, so I just stick it back in there, and if I need those words for another layout at another time, I can still use it. And so I'm still trying to fit everything onto the layout. All right, I got my layout completely done. Off camera, I glued everything down, and I found some rhinestones that I had put in this kit that were laying here on the top of my desk. So I went ahead and added some of those. And I also added this little arrow that you can just barely see right there. It was part of my August kit. And then I added some splatters in wild honey and hickory smoke. No, pumice stone. And that makes my layout completely done. The splatters are not currently dry, so I have some of my matte that I'm going to wipe off when I shut the camera off, but I didn't want to move the layout just in case I smeared some of the ones that are on the page and still not dry. I want to thank you so much for coming to my channel today. Please make sure that you check out that description box below my video where I will have the playlist linked for this month. There are amazing creators in this hop. Please watch some of these ladies, and maybe if there's some guys playing along, watch their videos. Check out some of the Instagram hoppers as well. This is an amazing hop with great little prompts. They're easy to help you get things done, and I hope that I will finish some albums in the month of September. Very, very close to finishing 2016, and it'll make me very happy to finish it all this month. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.